Tom is a 74-year-old man living in a small town in Oregon. He used to be a high school teacher, loved nature, and never missed a morning walk around the lake near his home. But over the past few years, he began to feel his body changing. Each morning, his legs felt stiff, his memory was not as sharp as before, and a constant fatigue lingered throughout the day, even though he was not doing much. During a routine checkup, the doctor gently said, "Your body is lacking nutrients, not medications, but simple things like daily fruits. They can make a big difference." Tom decided to give it a try. An apple at lunchtime, a handful of blueberries with breakfast, a slice of avocado on toast. Slowly, he started sleeping better. His mind felt clearer. The fatigue began to ease. And the best part, he could walk farther again, just like when he was in his 50s. You see, sometimes good health does not require a miracle. It begins with the simplest and most familiar things. The right fruit at the right time, a habit done the right way. And in today's video, I am going to share with you 10 fruits that are considered some of the best companions for the health of people over 60. Not only can they help you live longer, but live stronger, sharper, more independent, and happier every single day. And at the end of the video, I will reveal one very common fruit that is often underrated, even though science has shown it can help reduce inflammation, improve digestion, and extend lifespan in a natural and sustainable way. If you are looking for a simple yet powerful way to take better care of yourself or someone you love who is aging, this video is a gift for you. Let us begin with something small that can lead to something extraordinary. One fruit a day. Number 1. Blueberries, the brain's natural shield. Grandma Ruth, my grandmother, used to have an incredible memory. She could remember the birthdays of all 14 grandchildren and recount every story like it had just happened yesterday. But when she reached her 80s, the family started noticing small changes. She began mixing up names, forgetting her keys, and sometimes standing in the middle of a room without remembering why she was there. I still remember the morning she looked at me and asked, "What's your name again?" Just a simple question, but it made my heart sink. From that day on, our family began looking for every possible way to support her. And one small but surprisingly effective change was adding blueberries to her morning routine. It is no coincidence that blueberries are often called the brain berries. These little blue-purple fruits are packed with a powerful group of antioxidants called anthocyanins, silent protectors that shield brain cells from early aging and damage caused by inflammation. Science has shown that older adults who eat blueberries regularly tend to have better memory, faster processing speeds, and a lower risk of cognitive decline. That is because blueberries help boost blood flow to the brain, reduce oxidative stress, and even support stronger connections between brain cells. After just a few weeks of adding blueberries to her breakfast, simply sprinkling a small handful over oatmeal or pairing them with yogurt, Grandma Ruth began showing subtle but beautiful improvements. Fewer memory slips, a brighter mood, and even moments where she would sing old songs we thought she had long forgotten. The small lesson here: you do not need to memorize a health encyclopedia to care for your brain. Just one handful of blueberries a day, consistently, is like watering a plant. Water it a little, but the right way, and it will stay green and strong for years to come. Of course, blueberries alone are not enough. The brain also needs clean, steady blood flow, and that is exactly why the next fruit might surprise you. It is not just good for the heart, but also for memory and energy. Let us keep going. Number 2. Avocados, a creamy way to a stronger heart. Back when Mr. Frank, my old neighbor, retired at 67, he joked, "I have more time to relax and more time to hear my doctor talk about blood pressure." For several years, his doctor kept repeating the same line, "Your blood pressure is still high, Mr. Frank. We need to make some lifestyle changes." At first, he thought medication alone would be enough. But after one follow-up appointment, he came home, tossed his usual pack of cookies into the trash, and started eating avocados. Yes, avocados, which many think of as just a trendy food, are actually one of the best heart-healthy choices out there, especially for people over 60. Avocados are rich in a heart-friendly type of fat called monounsaturated fat, the kind that helps lower bad cholesterol, LDL, while boosting the good cholesterol, HDL. On top of that, avocados are packed with potassium, a mineral that helps balance sodium levels in the body, which in turn supports healthier blood pressure. Think of it this way. Your heart is like a delicate water pump, and your blood flows through thousands of tiny pipelines. If those pipes are clogged by cholesterol or squeezed tight from high blood pressure, the pump has to work harder every day. And over time, it gets tired. Yet just one small change to breakfast, whole grain toast with mashed avocado and a sprinkle of flax seeds, helped Mr. Frank bring his blood pressure down. After just 2 months, his doctor was surprised. "What have you been doing to lower your blood pressure so steadily?" He simply smiled and winked. "I picked avocado over cookies." The small lesson here: your heart does not need anything fancy. It just needs to be nourished with steady, healthy choices. Avocados are not just delicious. They are a quiet companion helping your heartbeat stay steady, day by day. But heart health is only part of the picture, because strong circulation needs to reach every corner of the body, especially the brain and joints. And to keep that flow smooth, there is a fruit that ancient Romans once considered a symbol of lasting life. You will want to hear about it next. Number 3. Apples, the anti-inflammation powerhouse. When I was a kid, every afternoon after school, Mr. Henry, my grandfather's closest friend, would sit on the porch, peeling an apple with a small pocket knife worn down by the years. He would hand me a slice and say, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away." Back then, I thought it was just a funny saying. But now, looking back, I realize he was not joking at all. Because apples, the most ordinary fruit of all, are actually one of the quiet heroes in the fight against inflammation and aging. Apples contain a special type of fiber called pectin, which nourishes the good bacteria in the gut and helps reduce overall inflammation in the body. They are also rich in polyphenols, plant-based antioxidants that reduce cellular stress, stabilize blood sugar, protect the heart, and ease joint pain. Mr. Henry was in his 80s at the time. He still went on morning walks, tended to his garden in the afternoons, and played chess with friends on the weekends. But around the age of 82, he started experiencing stiffness and pain in his finger joints. The doctor said it was mild, age-related inflammation. Instead of jumping straight to medication, he made one small change. He began eating an apple a day with the skin every afternoon. I am not saying apples made him feel like a teenager again, but just a few weeks later, he told me that the morning joint stiffness had eased, his digestion felt lighter, and most surprisingly, his mind felt clearer, without that sluggish cloud he had gotten used to. The small lesson here: sometimes the things we overlook, like a simple apple in the fruit bowl, can actually be some of the most valuable gifts for our health. Eating an apple a day is not just about avoiding illness. It is about moving closer to steady wellness and finding joy in the little movements of everyday life. But when it comes to digestion and nutrient absorption, especially for older adults, there is a fruit that often gets forgotten, even though it contains a natural enzyme that works wonders. And for anyone who struggles with bloating, indigestion, or post-meal fatigue, the next part might just be the key to real change. Number 4. Papayas, digestive support and immune booster. Mrs. Margaret, a close friend of my grandmother, was always someone who lived with great order and care. Meals were always on time, and her food was prepared cleanly and thoughtfully. But as she got older, she began to complain more and more about digestion. "I do not know why," she would say, "but everything I eat these days feels heavy, bloated, and uncomfortable for hours." She tried all kinds of things: digestive enzymes, herbal teas, even cutting out her favorite foods. But nothing seemed to help, until one day a friend suggested, "Why don't you try eating a little papaya after lunch?" It sounded simple, but it worked surprisingly well. You see, papaya, that soft, sweet tropical fruit, is actually one of the best foods for digestion and immunity, especially for people over 60. Papaya contains a natural enzyme called papain, which helps break down proteins in food, reducing strain on the stomach and intestines. This is especially important for older adults, as the body's ability to digest and absorb nutrients tends to decrease with age. But it does not stop there. Papayas are also rich in vitamin C, beta-carotene, and folate, nutrients that help boost immunity, reduce inflammation, and protect cells from damage. Just a small bowl of ripe papaya each day can help you stay ahead of those nagging colds that seem to last all week. For Mrs. Margaret, after just 2 weeks of enjoying papaya after lunch, she began to feel lighter, with no more bloating in the evenings. She said, "My stomach is not fighting with me every day anymore." And what surprised her most was that she also felt less tired, more at ease, something she had never realized was connected to digestion. The small lesson here: gut health does not just affect how we eat, it affects how we sleep, move, and enjoy our later years. And sometimes the answer lies in something as simple and soothing as a ripe, golden papaya, like nature's gentle reassurance. But do not leave the kitchen just yet, because if you care about healthy circulation, glowing skin, and the body's natural ability to rejuvenate, the next fruit might truly surprise you. Not only is it beautiful to look at, it has been called by scientists a gift from blood vessels to your cells. Let us explore it next. Number 5. Pomegranates, a natural circulation enhancer. My grandmother, Grandma Dorothy, has always been a strong woman. Even in her 80s, she still enjoyed tending to her little backyard garden, planting rows of vegetables and pulling weeds by hand. But recently, I started to notice she would rub her knees after bending down, and her hands always felt cold, even when the weather was not. "I guess my circulation is not what it used to be," she said with a gentle smile. But I knew she was concerned. Then one day, while watching a health segment on TV, she heard about pomegranates, a fruit that, since ancient times, has been seen as a symbol of life and longevity. From that day on, she began drinking a small glass of pomegranate juice every morning. No sugar added, no preservatives, just pure juice. At first I wondered, how could such a tiny fruit possibly help something as complex as blood circulation? But once I did some research, I understood why experts often call pomegranates nature's lubricant for blood vessels. Pomegranates are rich in polyphenols, a group of powerful antioxidants that help relax blood vessels, improve blood flow, and reduce strain on the heart. For older adults, as blood vessels lose their flexibility over time, keeping the blood flowing smoothly becomes essential, not just to keep the heart beating steadily, but to ensure the brain, muscles, and organs are well nourished. After a few weeks, Grandma Dorothy began to feel the difference. Her knees hurt less when moving around, her hands and feet no longer felt icy in the morning, and most importantly, she could spend more time in the garden without needing a break. I remember her saying, "It is just a little glass of red juice, but I feel like something inside me is flowing freely again." The small lesson here: life is not just in the heartbeat. It is in the way blood nourishes every cell, every joint, every lingering memory within us. And sometimes a pomegranate, bright red and bursting with seeds, is nature's way of reminding us, let your body keep flowing fully and freely. And now, with circulation supported, it is time to return to digestion, the starting point of energy, immunity, and daily vitality. There is one fruit that is often overlooked, but it is truly the gut doctor, that many people are missing out on. Let us keep going. Number 6. Prunes, gentle support for regularity and bone health. Aunt Alice, my grandmother's cousin, lives alone in California. She used to be a nurse, so she was always very careful about her diet and health. But around the age of 70, she began dealing with something many older adults face but often feel uncomfortable talking about: chronic constipation. "There were days I would sit for half the morning and still not go," she admitted, with a mix of honesty and slight embarrassment. "I drank water, I walked, but my stomach just ignored it all." Then a friend from her yoga class suggested, "Try eating a few prunes every day. They really work." At first, Aunt Alice hesitated, thinking prunes were high in sugar. But after doing some research, she discovered that prunes are actually a gift for both digestion and bone health. Prunes contain a natural sugar called sorbitol, which acts as a gentle stool softener, helping relieve constipation in a natural, non-habit-forming way, unlike many over-the-counter laxatives. In addition, prunes are rich in vitamin K, boron, and antioxidants that support bone density, which is especially important for postmenopausal women. Aunt Alice began eating 4 to 5 prunes each morning, often paired with a bit of yogurt or walnuts. After about 2 weeks, going to the bathroom became easier. But what made her happiest was the lightness she felt in her belly. the ease of movement, and the confidence to leave the house without worry. The small lesson here: your body is like a home. If you do not tidy it regularly, things get heavy and cluttered. Prunes are like a quiet housekeeper. Not loud, not forceful, just gently helping your system run smoothly and steadily, day after day. And now, if you have always thought vitamin C only comes from oranges and lemons, the next part will surprise you. There's a tiny green fruit that packs twice the vitamin C of an orange, and it can even help you sleep better each night. Let us keep going. Number 7. Grapes, tiny fruits with big antioxidant power. I still remember every Thanksgiving, Uncle Ray, my grandfather's younger brother, would bring over a basket of fresh grapes picked from the vines in his backyard. He used to joke, "Who needs wine when you have grapes that tell stories like these?" But it was not until he turned 70 and started experiencing persistent headaches, especially on cold, damp days, that I truly understood the deeper meaning behind that basket of grapes. After a checkup, the doctor said it was a sign of poor circulation and unstable blood pressure, something quite common in older adults. Instead of jumping straight to medication, Uncle Ray decided to change his afternoon snack. Sugary cookies were replaced with a small bowl of red grapes, skin on, and sometimes with seeds. Most people do not realize that those tiny grapes contain a powerful compound called resveratrol, an antioxidant known for its ability to reduce inflammation, protect blood vessel walls, and support more efficient heart function. Grapes are also rich in flavonoids, which help reduce oxidative stress, a key factor in premature aging and many chronic conditions later in life. In other words, eating grapes regularly is like gently oiling the body's blood vessels to keep everything flowing smoothly. A few weeks after making this small change, Uncle Ray felt noticeably better. The headaches no longer returned as often, his hands were not as cold, and his overall mood was much lighter. He said, "Grapes may not make me live longer, but they help me live easier each day." The small lesson here: sometimes the key to better health does not come from something grand. It comes from a small bowl of fruit in the afternoon, eaten in quiet with the belief that your body deserves care. And if you have ever spent nights tossing and turning, wishing for the deep sleep you used to enjoy, do not skip the next fruit. Small, jade green, and gently fragrant, it may help you sleep better and boost your immunity in just a few weeks. Let us discover it together. Number 8. Kiwis, small but mighty, vitamin C source. Aunt Linda, my grandmother's youngest sister, has always struggled with sleep. She used to say, "The older I get, the harder it is to fall asleep, like my brain has forgotten how to rest." There were nights when, even after turning off the lights at 9 p.m., she would lie awake until 2 or 3 in the morning, only to wake up exhausted and unwilling to get out of bed. Then one day, an old friend, who happened to be a retired nutritionist, shared a very simple tip: try eating a kiwi about an hour before bed. It sounded strange, but Aunt Linda gave it a try, and even she was surprised by the results. Curious, I looked into why kiwi might help with sleep. It turns out, kiwi is one of the richest fruits in vitamin C, even packing twice the amount of an orange in a small serving. Vitamin C does more than boost the immune system. It also reduces inflammation and supports the production of serotonin, a neurotransmitter that helps regulate mood and sleep. In addition, kiwi contains soluble fiber and the antioxidant lutein, which are great for digestion, eye health, and immune function, all especially important as we move past 60. After about 10 days of eating a kiwi each evening, Aunt Linda began falling asleep more easily. She said, "It is not the deep sleep I had in my younger years, but at least my mind does not race all night anymore." Better sleep gave her more energy, a healthier glow, and a happier spirit each morning. The small lesson here: some solutions are wonderfully gentle. No pills, no major life changes, just one kiwi at night. It is not just a fruit, it is a way to soothe the body, a quiet message that says, it is time to rest and you deserve a peaceful night's sleep. And if you are looking for a food that can boost your energy in the morning, keep your muscles strong, and even calm those quiet anxieties, we are heading into a fruit that may be nature's boldest whisper, just for you. Let us keep going. Number 9. Bananas, natural fuel for muscles and mood. Uncle Jack, a longtime friend of my grandfather's from their military days, has a habit of walking every morning around the park near his home. but lately he has been stopping halfway through. I do not know why, but my legs keep cramping, like someone is pulling my calf muscles from the inside, he said, rubbing his calves and chuckling. Maybe my body is going on strike. Then one day, he shared that his grandson, who is studying medicine, said something that stuck with him. Your body is running low on fuel, and you are asking it to perform like you are still 30. You need to give it the right kind of fuel. And from that day forward, Uncle Jack started carrying a banana in his morning bag. It is no coincidence that bananas are often called nature's fuel, especially for older adults. Bananas are rich in potassium, a vital mineral that helps prevent muscle cramps, supports a steady heartbeat, and keeps muscles functioning smoothly. In addition, bananas contain tryptophan, an amino acid that can be converted into serotonin, which helps improve mood and reduce feelings of anxiety and stress. For seniors, this is incredibly important for maintaining emotional balance and peace of mind. After about a week of eating bananas regularly, usually after his walk, or paired with a bit of peanut butter for an afternoon snack, Uncle Jack began to feel a real difference. The cramps disappeared, his steps felt lighter, and he said, "Something just feels more balanced, both physically and emotionally." The small lesson here: sometimes what we need is not a tougher workout or expensive supplements. Sometimes it is just a perfectly ripe banana at the right time to nourish both our muscles and our mood, like nature's quiet reminder. Everything will be okay as long as you keep taking care of yourself. And now, with a body that moves with ease and a mind that feels calm, there is one final fruit that can help protect your eyesight, strengthen your immune system, and slow aging from the inside out. It may seem familiar, but it holds a powerful secret to longevity that many have overlooked. Let us explore it in our final part. Number 10. Oranges, more than just vitamin C. Every time I had a cold, my grandmother would make me a glass of fresh orange juice, squeezed by hand, no sugar, no ice. She would say, "Nothing beats natural vitamin C." But few people realize that oranges hold far more wonders than just cold-fighting power. After my grandfather had a minor surgery at the age of 78, he often felt tired, bruised easily, and noticed his vision becoming blurrier, especially in the evenings. The doctor mentioned it could be due to weakened blood vessels and a lack of nutrients supporting the retina. At first, we thought about supplements, but we also wanted something natural and simple that he could stick with easily. So each morning, he began drinking half a glass of fresh orange juice, not from a carton, no added sugar. And the improvements came gently. Less dizziness when standing up, no more eye strain while reading the morning paper, and even his skin looked more vibrant. Oranges are not only rich in vitamin C, which boosts immunity, they also contain flavonoids, especially hesperidin, a compound that strengthens blood vessel elasticity, improves circulation, and naturally lowers blood pressure. In addition, the vitamin C in oranges helps the body absorb iron more effectively, which is essential for older adults who may be prone to anemia. Oranges also contain lutein and zeaxanthin, nutrients that protect the retina and help prevent age-related macular degeneration, a common issue that affects vision in people over 60. The small lesson here: sometimes a simple glass of orange juice is like a little umbrella shielding our immune system, blood vessels, and quietly struggling eyes. And when taken regularly, it becomes nature's way of saying, "Today, your body will be recharged." So now, we have journeyed through 10 fruits, each one a small building block for long-lasting health in our golden years. But the most important part is not the list itself. It is the habit, the daily love and care we show our bodies, one gentle step at a time. Thank you for staying with me until the end of today's video. That shows one thing: you are doing the most important thing, taking care of yourself. Together, we've just gone through 10 types of fruits that may seem simple, but each holds a healing power, gently nourishing the body in a natural way. Each one has its own benefit, but all share a common goal: to help you stay healthy, proactive, and live each day to the fullest, in your own way. If there was any part of this video that made you reflect, or you'd like to try out, please leave the corresponding number in the comments below. I truly look forward to reading your thoughts, just like the conversation we're having today. And if you found this video helpful, please consider sharing it with your loved ones, family, friends, or anyone you care about. Because who knows, even just one kiwi or a slice of avocado might change their quality of life. You don't need to become young again. You just need to be healthy enough to keep enjoying the things you love, one day at a time. Thank you for choosing to love yourself. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll take another step together on this journey of living well and living fully. With love, from me, someone who truly believes every aging heart deserves to be heard and cared for.